At the peak of his career, Mike Tyson, known as Iron Mike, was an unstoppable force in the world of boxing. With his aggressive style and devastating power, Tyson had conquered the boxing world and earned the title of undisputed heavyweight world champion. However, despite his dominance in the ring, Tyson was about to face a challenge that would test his skill and determination. Carl "The Truth" Williams, a brave and experienced boxer, had crossed paths with Tyson years before during a sparring session. Back then, a young 15-year-old Tyson had faced Williams, who was 6 years older and already a professional boxer. Although Williams had dominated Tyson on that occasion, Tyson had grown and become a formidable boxer. The rivalry between Tyson and Williams intensified over the years, and finally, the time came to settle the score. On July 21, 1989, in the vibrant city of Atlantic City, Tyson and Williams met in the ring for a fight that promised to be unforgettable. With the boxing world watching, both boxers were ready to prove their worth and determine who the true champion was. Tyson, then perceived as the invincible champion, had shown signs of vulnerability months earlier in an unconvincing victory against British heavyweight Frank Bruno. Tyson seemed shaky as he attacked Bruno, and many attributed this crack in Tyson's armor to the departure of his lifelong trainer, Kevin Rooney. On the other hand, Williams was on the rise. He had made a name for himself for the first time in July 1985 by going head-to-head with then-champion and boxing legend Larry Holmes in a fierce 15-round battle. Although it resulted in a defeat, experts had already noticed Williams' vulnerability to left hooks, a weakness that was exploited in his second defeat against Mike Weaver in February 1986. So, with the stage set and the heart of their iconic clash beating strongly, Tyson and Williams faced off in the ring. Tyson, with his intimidating jab, and Williams, with his audacity and skill, promised an unforgettable fight. For the first time, our protagonists faced each other in the ring, a meeting that arose by chance thanks to the cunning of Tyson's first great trainer, Cus D'Amato, known for organizing sparring matches with various fighters. There was a moment when Tyson, a 17-year-old amateur, and Williams, a 23-year-old professional, met in the ring. Williams was able to control Tyson with his jab and occasionally landed punches that made Tyson's nose bleed. On that particular day, Tyson felt shaken. He was a professional with 7 or 8 fights and said to himself, "Oh my God, I let this amateur come to the gym and do this to me." That night, Tyson went home very angry. He thought about it, and the next day, he entered the gym with a different attitude towards Williams. He stepped into the ring and destroyed him. Even though Williams was 23, that green kid became the most fearsome boxer of all. At that time, Tyson, an absolute heavyweight champion and global superstar, relished the opportunity to face his former sparring partner in the ring. He readily accepted the fight, which was more than just a match, it was an opportunity for retribution. The showdown was intense from the start, with Williams boldly trying to take control of a visibly irritated Tyson. However, Tyson didn't take long to assert his dominance. In just 93 seconds, Tyson landed a devastating left hook. Williams' Achilles heel landed square on his jaw and slammed him to the canvas. With surprising composure, Williams quickly got up. But a visibly stunned referee quickly stopped the match, awarding Tyson a knockout victory. This sparked protests from the crowd, with Williams and his trainer Kareem Graziano being the loudest among them. They expressed disbelief at referee Newman's decision, who feared Tyson's blow might have caused a brain concussion. Newman later justified his action by stating Williams didn't seem ready to continue. Newman, a former heavyweight, stood firm in his decision, saying that if Tyson were in Williams' place, the fight would have been stopped the same way. When Williams got up at the count of 8, he was staggering, not standing, leaning on the ropes. Newman asked him a very simple question: "How do you feel?" He wasn't expecting an answer but wanted to see how Williams responded. His eyes were blank, his expression was blank, he had no response. Is there any chance Newman misinterpreted what Williams wanted to answer? Newman doesn't think so. Let me tell you why. Williams has had many professional fights and many amateur fights. When a fighter is knocked down, the first thing he wants to show the referee when he gets up is that he is in good shape. Number 1, Williams wasn't standing, he was leaning on the ropes. Number 2, he couldn't respond to Newman. And number 3, his eyes were dead. Despite the tactics, Williams managed to avoid Tyson's explosive bursts by using his left forearm to control his advances. Despite the intensity of the fight, Tyson seemed calmer than in his previous fight with Frank Bruno, delivering punches with impressive precision. Tyson's punches finally found their mark, Williams' chin, with a strong hook and an uppercut. Williams, although clearly stunned, insisted he was far from knocked out. He got up and expressed his dissatisfaction, but the result remained unchanged, a knockout victory for Tyson. The fight, which lasted only 93 seconds, left the audience wanting more. From his perspective, Tyson described how he achieved his success. He talked about how he practiced slipping and instantly throwing the punch, a tactic that proved effective. Tyson was delighted that Williams stayed so close to him and didn't try to move away. He knew it was only a matter of time before he could land a clean punch. Tyson, known for his precision and power, knew he would eventually catch Williams, who had a reputation for being hit with left hooks. Although Tyson preferred his right hand, he never caught anyone with it. Instead, he always heard the guys talk about the left hook. After the fight, there was discussion about whether Tyson's punch had been a clean left hook. Tyson, who had trained with Williams years ago, wasn't surprised that Williams had fallen so quickly. He knew that if he caught someone clean, they would fall no matter who it was. When the referee stopped the fight after Tyson's blow, it seemed Williams might get up. However, the referee decided to stop the fight because he didn't think Williams was fit to continue. Tyson speculated that if the fight had continued, he would have knocked Williams down for the second time in a short time. He talked about how he becomes more dangerous when he knows he has hurt someone. Tyson, who has talked about having control over his career, said he will fight anyone. He doesn't discriminate against anyone and considers himself the best fighter in the world. There's no man who can challenge him in the game of iron fighting. When the final blow landed, a murmur of amazement went through the crowd. The spectators, who had been on the edge of their seats during the brief but intense fight, were stunned. Tyson's victory had been quick, too quick for some. A mix of emotions could be felt in the air: surprise, disappointment, respect. Protests erupted almost immediately. Williams fans felt robbed, believing their champion still had more to give. They shouted and booed, their voices filling the stadium with a deafening roar. But despite their discontent, the result remained unchanged. On the other hand, Tyson's followers erupted in cheers. They had come to see their champion triumph, and Tyson hadn't disappointed them. His quick and decisive victory only served to cement his reputation as one of the most fearsome boxers in the world. The fight, although brief, left a lasting impression on everyone present. It was a reminder of the brutality and beauty of boxing, of how quickly fortune can change in the ring. And although some left feeling unsatisfied, many more left with a story to tell, a story of a fight that ended as quickly as it started, but one they will never forget. The fight between Mike Tyson and Carl Williams marked a turning point in both boxers' careers. Tyson, who had won the fight, saw his career take an unexpected turn. The victory over Williams was the last successful defense of his undisputed heavyweight world championship. After this fight, Tyson faced James "Buster" Douglas in Tokyo, Japan. This encounter resulted in a shocking defeat for Tyson, who lost his title to Douglas in one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Despite this setback, Tyson continued his boxing career, albeit with ups and downs. His fame and skill in the ring kept him in the spotlight, but he also struggled with personal and legal issues outside the ring. On the other hand, Williams' career took a different direction after his fight with Tyson. Despite the defeat, Williams and his manager Ira Leibovitz urged the WBA, WBC, and IBF to change the result of Tyson's victory to a no contest, while demanding a rematch. However, all boxing organizations, as well as Tyson's camp, refused a rematch between Tyson and Williams. Williams' career continued after the fight with Tyson, but he never achieved the same level of success as before. His last fight was a TKO defeat in the 7th round against Anthony Green. In summary, the fight between Tyson and Williams had a significant impact on both boxers' careers. For Tyson, it marked the end of his reign as undisputed champion, while for Williams, it meant a blow from which he never fully recovered. The fight between Mike Tyson and Carl Williams left an indelible mark on the boxing world. It was not just a showdown between two great boxers, but also a reminder of the unpredictability and excitement that this sport can offer. The impact of this fight was felt on many levels. For boxing spectators and fans, it was a demonstration of the brutality and beauty of boxing. Tyson's quick victory and Williams' resilience captured the audience's imagination, and the fight became a topic of conversation worldwide. For boxers and aspiring boxers, the fight was a valuable lesson. It showed that even the most dominant champions can be vulnerable, and that any fight can change in an instant. It also highlighted the importance of strategy and technique, and how a single punch can decide the outcome of a fight. For the boxing world in general, the fight between Tyson and Williams changed people's perception of the sport. It showed that boxing is not just about strength and endurance, but also about skill, strategy, and courage. And although both boxers' careers took different paths after the fight, their showdown in Atlantic City remains a milestone in boxing history. And so, as the applause echoed away into the night and the crowd began to disperse, the boxing world prepared for the next big fight. Because in boxing, as in life, there is always a next fight. And every fight is an opportunity to show courage, to overcome challenges, and to write a new page in the history of this exciting sport. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell. This way, you'll be up to date with more exciting content and won't miss any details of the most epic fights in boxing history. See you in the next video.